What about our tap water here in this area?
I personally drink.
Do you use a filter at home?
No, I drink from tap water.
Okay. What project is coming up that we could inform the viewers about to be on the lookout for?
The one I'm most excited about is the rain barrel one that we've been working, that I kind of mentioned earlier, because that's the one we've at one of the first meetings we had, someone brought up the idea, and so we've been kind of keep coming back to it all year, and we finally the beginning of this spring, we finally made our first rain barrel and got everything kind of started.
Mm-hmm. And Kroger's is donating these?
They donated us the empty barrels to us.
How many did they give you?
I think they told us we could have as many as we could carry, as many we could transport. So I think we ended up taking 15 or 20, but they said that we could get more if we need them.
You take them to private homes and you ask people's permission to put them on their property. How does it, what's the sequence of events?
What we do is, we got the barrel, and then what you do is you have to cut a hole in the top, and then also attach the spigot to the bottom and have an overflow valve, so that way if it gets too full. And then so we kind of set that up, and then
so but you have to you can't just walk up to a stranger's yard and put it in. You have to have a talk with the parents or the owners.
So I think we've been actually selling the rain barrels at the flower show or at different events that we're.
So people can do it on their own.
Because then basically what you do.
So it's a legitimate way to make money for the Green Explorers.
Yes.
Kroger gives them to you, and I'm sure you sell them at a very fair price.
Yeah, and then once you get the rain barrel, you would bring it back to your house, and you cut off part of from your gutters, the runoff. You would cut off part of that at the bottom, and so then you could put the rain barrel underneath it, and it'll go straight from all the water from your roof would go straight into the rain barrel.
And what other projects interest you that you see coming down the road? I know that you're moving fairly far along or rapidly with this project. We definitely want to take a field trip to go to Rumpke and learn about their recycling program, because we know that they have some programs. Well, we want to learn more about it. We also be investigating or looking into the landfill.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your opinion of landfills? Do you have an opinion there's a better way to handle solid waste? Obviously, recycling makes more sense than landfilling. That's common sense.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you know that 50% of what's in any landfill in this country, paper, plastic, waste food products, that sort of things, 50% of what's in it can be recycled.
Which I think that's just key, is that people really think about, because like you said, there's so many things that can be recycled. And if people just really need to think about before they throw something away, think about whether it can be recycled or not.
I think I could feel comfortable enough with you to ask you personal questions. Do you recycle?
We have we have a recycling bin at my house, and so I try to recycle. At school, I tend to forget a lot more because we have one recycling bin, or we have a couple around our cafeteria. But so I tend to forget more. But at home, it's easier to. So that's something I personally need to do, is make more of an effort to.
So you separate paper, cans, bottles. What are the separations?
I think at my house we have two, and we just have one that we put our newspapers in, and the other one that we have bottles and cans in.
And I don't disclose where you live. That's not the idea here. But in the section of town you live in, is there a recycling truck that comes by every week?
Yes. Okay. So that's another thing. It's harder for other people who have to drive to places to drop off recycling, but really it should be something that people want to do, because it'll help in the future.
I believe I've been reliably informed that we have to take a break, and if so, we're going to do it. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
The views expressed on Make Peace with Nature are those of the participants, and not necessarily those of this station or the program's underwriters.
I have with me today Megan Ollier. She is a graduating senior at Ursuline Academy in Walnut Hills.
It's in Blue Ash.
All right. It's in Blue Ash. I thought it was across the street from where I used to live.
There might be St. Ursula.
Perhaps.
It's another school.
Yes, indeed so. Thank you very much.
We get mixed up a lot.
She's very interested in the environment. She and her band of intrepid young students between 14 and 20, boys and girls, have organized into a group directed by Steve Feller and of the Isaac Walton League Cincinnati chapter. And it's an honor and pleasure to have her on the program, and she's going to narrate is a better word, some slides. So if those are ready, we are ready. Now, again, just for the sake of making sure people know, this is the barrel. It looks,
yeah, this is a rain barrel, and so that's one that's like attached to like the
looks to me like it would
downspout.
hold 80 to 100 gallons. Is that?
I think it's like 55. It's a pretty big number.
All right. Now where are we, please?
So those are more rain barrels, and so those are some of the ones that we've like painted and decorated. And then the one that is on the left is like with like that's cream colored. That there's like different covers that we have that we found.
I see.
This is the bag monster.
And that is an existing person?
There's a person in there. And that was from the Earth Day event is where we showed it.
Okay. It's very interesting to people will want to know, what does the bag monster mean?
It's made up of 500 bags, like bags that you would get at a grocery store.
Plastic or paper?
The plastic bags, because that's how many bags people go through each year. Right. And you could easily just use those reusable
So
bags.
I gather the purpose then of the bag monster walking around at a fair is to illustrate that people should not use, should they ask for paper bags?
They should use those, like the reusable bags.
Okay, so you don't have any problem with the plastic itself, you just want them to reuse them.
Or there's like those bags that are like cloth that a lot of stores have.
And they are reusable. Okay.
And there's actually a couple pictures of the bag monster, but these are more.
And the bag monster is lurking in there somewhere, right? Okay.
And we also had someone who was dressed up as a recycling bin.
All right, so the bag monster, I'm nearsighted. Help me with this picture, please.
It's basically just like all these bags, all the bags you would get at like a grocery store.
So aren't there two people in this picture?
Yeah, there's two people. The one on the right is like a recycling bin.
All right, okay.
And so this is their like everyone.
The bag monster's gotten larger.
And also had a large fan base, and people would follow around, and they were taking tons of pictures.
I see. Bag monster's gained a little weight. And this again is the bag.
There was an award ceremony at Earth Day, and so the bag monster made it to the front row.
Okay. I think we have one more slide. I think that's right.
This is Sam. She's one of the members of the Green Explorers, and she actually received an award at the Earth Day event.
All right. We'll take the rest of these slides up in next week's show. And I would advise the audience watching that there is a weather emergency during this taping of some sort, magnitude or the other. And if things go downhill, we'll have to have these distinguished people back in 2 weeks. But perhaps if nature cooperates, we'll be able to get through this program and the next one.